good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. My name's Lorna, and I'm the Community Engagement Officer at the Highland Archive Service. Obviously, we're all living through slightly strange times at the moment, and that's obviously an understatement. So we're not able to go into work just at the moment, so I thought what I would do is just do a very quick video around the building for you, for those of you who have never been able to come in yet, and for those of you who have been in and are just missing us. So a whistle-stop tour around the building and some information about what we will be doing going forward. For those of you who are wondering, as I'm moving my camera around and seeing the scaffolding, that's because we're currently having solar panels fitted on the building. Well, I say currently, obviously all work is stopped at the moment due to the virus outbreak, but we will have our solar panels up and running soon, I'm sure. And they'll benefit greatly on a day like this. Beautiful. So I'm going to go into the building, talk to you a little bit about our collections, about the different resources and things that we have in the building, and let you know about some of the things we're going to be doing over the next few weeks and months as we're potentially in lockdown. So I'll look forward to sharing that with you, and hopefully you'll be able to watch. This is our Family History Centre, so we're really fortunate, as we are in many ways in this beautiful building, to be able to have a dedicated Family History Centre and a dedicated family historian on the staff. So you can see here that there's plenty of spaces for researchers, people researching their local history and their family history, and also coming in for consultations to find out about their family history. One of the things we'll be doing while we're still closed is we're still going to be offering family history consultations. So we've set up Skype consultations, and our family historian Anne will be more than happy to speak to you and to help you with that research. So if you're interested in doing that, then please contact us on our genealogy email address, which is genealogy@highlifehighland.com, and we'll be delighted to help you if we can. And this is our beautiful search room, and characteristically empty at the moment, but you can see here it's a great space, really big, lots of tables, lots of space for seating for people, space for us to have up some exhibitions, and I'm sure you'll see if you follow me in this direction some of the work done by primary school pupils over the last couple of years. So this is some work done by Bishop Eden Primary on World War I soldiers. So all sorts of things in our search room. I've taken you through now to one of my absolute favourite rooms in the building, and I can say one of my favourite because it's one of our 6 repositories or strong rooms that we have here in the Highland Archive Centre. So altogether in this building we have 6 miles of shelvage, so that's 9 kilometres if you work in kilometres. In this building the documents cover the historic counties of Inverness-shire, Ross and Cromarty, Sutherland, Nairnshire, and all the royal boroughs and other boroughs that are amongst that. We also have 3 other archive centres in the Highlands. We have one in Fort William that covers the area of Lochaber, one in Portree that covers Skye and Lochalsh, and one up in Wick which covers the county of Caithness, and also will soon hold all the nuclear records for Great Britain, so a huge undertaking going on in that office when things are back to normal. A huge range of types of records, so we hold in this strong room, these are local government records, so these are things like school records, borough minutes, you can see them walking past here, all the Inverness Town Council minutes from the 1550s right through until 1975, and then on from that when the local government was reformed, so into different formats. We hold, again in this room, things like treasurer's records for the boroughs and the counties, minutes discussing things that happened in the counties, so bridges being built, that sort of thing. People who claimed poor relief from the system, those records are held in this room. So essentially anything created by the Highland Council or the people who came before the Highland Council. Archives, as I'm sure many of you will know, are original records that have been deemed worthy of permanent preservation. So unlike a library where you can get a copy of something perhaps in another library, these are original documents, so the only ones that exist in the world. So we take a lot of care to look after them. So we make sure that they're kept in temperature controlled strong rooms, they're held securely so that we can keep them as safe as we can for the next few hundred years. Our oldest document here in the Highland Archive Centre is from 1299. and so that's 750 years old-ish. It's a land transfer document, and we have various of those in our family and estate collections, but we're just going to head up to that repository and have a wee look at those just now. We're now up in what we call Repository 2, and this is where we keep our family, estate and privately deposited collections. So these are things, unlike downstairs, which are deposited by the Highland Council, these are things that have been given to us by businesses, clubs, families, estates, all sorts of different things. Included in this room, we have about 1,000 volumes of Kirk Session records. So these are records by the established church, the Church of Scotland. We also hold in this room things, I'll walk a little bit faster, things like this. These are the Northern Constabulary historic records, so police records, things to do with crimes, daily occurrence, police books, all sorts of different things. These are great for family history researchers. They're also great to use if you're studying development of social care systems, things like that. Down here we have part of our enormous NHS Highland Health Board collection. As I'm sure many of you are at the moment, we're particularly grateful to our NHS colleagues at the moment, and so we look after their historic records, so things that tell us about how healthcare changed in the past. We're lucky to be able to look after those, and we do a lot of work with them, with schools, with all sorts of different organisations to talk about how the welfare system's developed in the past. I hope you've enjoyed the whistle-stop tour around our strong rooms. As I give a lot of tours, I very rarely have to give them holding my own phone and not being able to show people things in person. So I hope it's given you a little bit of insight into some of the things that we hold and care for, and some of the things that we do with them. As I say, we use our collections for local and family history researchers, but also we do a huge range of engagement with school children. We work with prisoners in Inverness Prison to look at different subjects, and they do projects based on the documents. We work with all sorts of community groups and local organisations to support them in their learning and their objectives. So a really wide range of things. Obviously during these coming weeks, some of the things we would normally do are having to be put on hold for a little while, but we're looking at new ways that we can do things while this global crisis is kind of unfolding around us. So one of the things we're going to do is I'm going to do some live sessions talking about some different subjects, having a chat about some of the things we do. And also I'm going to put together some packs, resource packs, to go onto our website. So those of you, many of you, certainly in this country and I'm sure around the world, who are suddenly teaching from home, we're going to do a couple of live Facebook videos, just very brief, talking about different subjects like World War II, the Jacobites, things like that, and then redirect you into our onto our website, where we'll have some copies of documents and some resource packs ready for you to use, just to keep the kids going over this strange couple of weeks. So I hope you can join us for those things. We'll do some chats online, get some conversation going, keep everyone together. The last thing I'd like to say, while I've hopefully still got your attention, is you can see from the things that we have in our strong rooms that we record people's memories. We record the collective memory of the Highlands, of individuals, of businesses, of organisations, of the Health Board. Everything that's in this building is a story. It's a story of a person or a place or an experience or an event. And so we're putting out a call at the moment for people who are keeping diaries through this very, very strange and unusual time we're all living through. If any of you are recording what's happening on a daily basis in the Highlands, we would really appreciate hearing from you, and if you would be willing to consider donating your diaries to us after this has passed. As I say, you can see the importance of the things that we keep and all the things that we do with them, so that the Highlands has a collective memory. And so we would really, really appreciate having either business or individual memories of what's happened during this strange time, so that in 100 years, 200 years, people can look back on this period as we now can look back on the Spanish flu epidemic through the records we already hold. So if you would consider doing that, we would be really, really pleased to hear from you, and all our contact details can be found on our Facebook page, on our website as well. So we look forward to hearing from you. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, stay at home if that's the current rules you're living under, And we'll look forward to welcoming you back when things are a little bit more normal. Take care.